Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I have a double challenge layout for you guys. So today I am doing the Secret Not Secret Kit Club's photo inspiration challenge from Christy. So this is a Stanley Cup playoff kind of photo, so I'm going to incorporate that into my page. I'm also doing Tiara's spring name that supply or recipe challenge. So I decided I was going to go with my cat's name, Gracie, and so I'm doing G. I'm going to pull in a literal letter G as well as the word Georgia. For R, I'm going to pull in both the color red and ribbon. For A, I'm going to pull in an arrow. For C, I'm using cardstock, I is ink, and E is enamel shapes. So that's how I'm doing that challenge. I'm not a hockey person, so when I saw the inspiration photo of the lineup for the Stanley Cup, I kind of took it in the sports realm, and I don't really even watch my own team's football, but I decided I would go through my pictures going backwards, which is when I was in college, and just do a Georgia college themed layout. So that's where I went with the inspiration photo. This is a picture of Billy. I think he was 1 year old. This is still when he was in the program, in the guide dog program, but he's wrapped up in my Georgia blanket there. My sister had made that for me and I love it, but I thought it was the perfect picture seeing as we were in college, it was game day and we were at home watching the game to do this kind of layout. So I have these Georgia papers, so I knew I was going to go with those. I decided I was just going to use this red paper as a strip on the right side with 3 rows of G's, and then I'd have that large G on the other side be the main element on the left side of the page. So I'm just layering up behind the photo. I use black cardstock to map my photo, and I'm just layering up a few things. I got a doily, a black tag. I loved these. Where are they even from? Where are those pom-poms from? I forget where those little fringe tassels are from, but they're super, super cute. They're from one of the winter collections most recently, but I only had the 2 red ones left, and so I made sure to get them on there. It really reminded me of like cheerleader pom-poms, so I thought that was really cool to use it on a sports type page. It really gave me that vibe. So I'm stitching one of them down to this tag to have in that corner. The other one's going to go down by the G. So I'm just getting that done. I am putting a glue dot behind that fringe tassel. I still want the tassels to have movement, but I want the bulk part of the tassel to stay where it is. That's the only reason I glued that down there. And then I'm just going to do a vellum layer behind all of the photos just so all of that stuff has something to sit on. You see I pulled in that red arrow paper clip, so that's the A in my recipe. And then I am also pulling in a heart paper clip as well. But it had these really cute square red brads, and I thought this would be a fun page to pull them in on. I don't use red all that often, so I just used them to go below that G, so the G kind of had a horizontal thing to sit on. That didn't add too much, but that was kind of a fun detail, so that's why I put those in. At first I was really trying to use Billy as my name for my recipe, and so Brads were going to be the B. But once I decided to go with Gracie, I still wanted to use them, so. But you saw I used my black India ink, the ink that was the I, and I just splattered them along the diagonal there. So I'm going to stick my photo down there. And then Jennifer and her daughter Sophia sent me another envelope of Happy Mail, and these are so cool. She sent me a whole bunch of different kind of die cuts that could be layering bits. So I pulled 3 of this one kind in, and I'm going to cluster them around my photo. I think that adds such a cool layered detail. And I'm really excited about a lot of the ones that she sent me, so you'll probably see them peek in here and there. Thank you both so much. Yeah, so I love how those look. I think those are just so cool. So I'm going to commit. I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. I didn't have enough ribbon to go the full length of that page because I wanted that black ribbon to cover the join of those 2 papers. So I just cut it and had a gap where I knew my photo was going to cover it up anyways. But now I'm going to go ahead and stitch the other pom-pom down by this G. And then I'm going to cover the back with washi so that it'll come back out. I'm really trying to get some of these red dog bone paper clips on the page just because it is a dog kind of layout, and our mascot is a bulldog as well. So So I was really trying to get that red dog bone on the page, but they didn't end up working. I do have some red enamel hearts I'm going to sprinkle in a few places. That was the E in my recipe. And then I do go back with black Nuvo drops to kind of accentuate the splatter. I ended up covering up the big parts of that black ink splatter, and I did not want to ink splatter after I put all of this stuff on. So I went back and supplemented with some Nuvo drops, and that's kind of how I'm finishing off that diagonal. I think it adds a really cool touch too because it's a different texture and adds a different dimension. You have that shiny finish. But here are the close-ups. And I really like that I got those tassel used up too because those have been in my stash for a while. But anyways, there is my page. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.